Welcome back all of you for another interesting grammar session. Today we are going to learn all about an important part of speech in English. This part of speech is a word that is used instead of a noun to avoid repeating the same noun again and again. I think most of you have guessed the name of this part of speech. But before we get into what this part of speech is called, let's read a few sentences. Raju has a pet dog. Raju takes the dog for a walk every morning. The dog stays in the dog's kennel outside Raju's house. Students, as you notice, the noun Raju and dog have been repeated many times. However, we can reduce repeating these two words by replacing them with other words. For example, the same set of sentences can be written in this manner without changing its meaning. Raju has a pet dog. He takes it for a walk every morning. It stays in its kennel outside his house. When we read carefully, we can notice that the nouns Raju and dog have only been used once. The words he, his have replaced the noun Raju, and the words it and its have replaced the noun dog. These words that have replaced nouns so that we can avoid repeating the same noun in every sentence are called pronouns. Pronouns, therefore, can be defined as a word that is used in place of a noun to avoid repeating it. The correct usage of different pronouns makes the sentence sound better. Now that you have understood the concept of pronouns, let's understand the various kinds of pronouns, which are as follows. 1. Personal pronouns. 2. Demonstrative pronouns. 3. Interrogative pronouns. 4. Possessive pronouns. 5. Reflexive pronouns. 6. Relative pronouns. Let's start with the first type, that is, personal pronouns. Such pronouns stand for the names of persons or things. A personal pronoun can be used to replace these nouns. They can be categorized according to persons: first person, second person, third person. A first person pronoun is used when the person talks about himself or herself. I eat an ice cream. Me, she gave me a chocolate, are examples of singular first-person pronouns, as these can only replace one person, that is, the person speaking. It can also be used in a plural sense, when the person talks about a group which he is a part of. We, us, are plural first-person pronouns, and they can be used in the following manner. We are going to the park. Us, they gave us some colors to prepare a card. Similarly, when the person speaking directly talks about another person, he or she uses a second person pronoun. You is considered to be a singular and plural second person pronoun. For example, you will go with mother to the market. Third person personal pronouns are used to refer to people, places, or things that are not the reader or the writer. Pronouns like he, she, it are singular third-person pronouns and can be used in the following manner. He gave a toy to the poor child. She likes pets a lot. It is an old book. On the other hand, they, them are plural third-person pronouns. They are playing on the ground. Grandmother gave them some gifts for Diwali. Students, subject pronouns are doers of the action. This means such pronouns will appear at the start of the sentence. Object pronouns, on the other hand, are receivers of the action. For example, in the sentence, she gave him a gift. She is the subject pronoun, doer, and him is the object pronoun, receiver. Next, we move on to demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns are pronouns that point out to definite persons, place, or things and stand instead of nouns. These pronouns can be singular or plural in form. For example, singular demonstrative pronouns are this, that. This book is mine. That is the house where I live. Plural demonstrative pronouns are these, those. You can use these in the following manner. These are the craft papers my mother bought. Those flowers in the vase have dried up. Students, now that you have understood the usage of demonstrative pronouns, let's understand the difference between the uses of demonstrative pronouns and demonstrative adjectives. For example, this building is taller than that. In this sentence, this demonstrative adjective because it adds more meaning to the noun building, whereas the word that is simply used to refer to another building directly instead of another noun. Therefore, that is a demonstrative pronoun. Thus, a demonstrative adjective is always followed by a noun. A demonstrative pronoun, the nouns is understood. The next type of pronoun we will be dealing with is an interrogative pronoun. The pronouns which are used to ask questions are called interrogative pronouns. Examples of such pronouns are who is used to ask questions about people in general. Whose is used to refer to the person who owns the thing or person. Whom is used to ask questions about people. Which is used to identify a particular person or thing in a group. What is used to ask questions about things in general when the answer is an open one. For example, who is at the door? Who is that? In both of these sentences, the pronouns who and whose have been used to refer to people. Let's now discuss about possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns are used instead of nouns, that is, they are not followed by nouns. It is mainly used to show ownership or possession of some object. As you can see in the table on the screen, mine, yours, his, hers, its are considered to be singular possessive pronouns. For example, this jewelry box is hers. This house is now yours to maintain. As you will observe, the pronouns hers and yours show that the object jewelry box belongs to the girl and the house belongs to the boy. Ours, yours, theirs are plural possessive pronouns and can be used in the following manner. These photographs are our or theirs or yours. These pronouns can be easily used to refer to ownership of the photographs. Again, we must know how to differentiate between possessive adjectives and pronouns. Let's consider an example. This is my book. Here the word my is treated as an adjective because it talks more about whose book it is. However, in this sentence, this book is mine, the word mine itself stands for a noun. Here a person who owns the book. Thus the word mine becomes a possessive pronoun. The last type of pronoun we will be discussing is a reflexive pronoun. When the action done by the subject reflects upon the subject itself, it is called a reflexive pronoun. In other words, when a person wants to talk about an activity done by the person being spoken about, we use reflexive pronouns. They are formed by adding self to the singular and selves to the plural pronouns. They are also called the self pronouns. For example, in these sentences, you must do your homework yourself. Sharad and Suman finished all the work by themselves. The word yourself has been used to show that the person you should do the work on his own. In the second sentence, the word themselves refers to Sharad and Suman who have completed the work. All the pronouns given in this table are reflexive pronouns. Students, we have now completed discussing all the different kinds of pronouns and their usage. You have been given lots of activities related to this topic which you can now solve on your own.